Awesome. Take it away.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Women in Technology, for giving me this wonderful opportunity to share my views and to share my experiences of how I went through so many things in my life from the past, from certain situations where I have gone through dark times and how I came out of it. So I thought of sharing that information with you. If I spell anything wrong, or if you do not agree with me, that's totally fine with me. But this is just my personal experience and how I went through things. So I thought if I could help anybody out there, it made the purpose, right? I serve the purpose. So that's where I am here. So turn that victim mentality into an unbreakable power. Um, it's by me. I'm a DBA. So let's dive in. So I would like to give a disclaimer. This is not a medical advice, but I'm going to be brutally honest with you regarding my situations and like how I have gone through it and how I thought I can help other people. So again, this is not a medical advice. So have you ever felt in your life, right? Um, like your past events are leading you in the future, or you leading the present of your life, like thinking like, why did I even made that mistake, or why I am even dumb, or to make that mistake in the past. And do you live in the past, or do you have that anxiety of what will happen in the future if you say something or do something, and the future is not even here, it's not present, but still having anxious thoughts about it, right? All of these thoughts that you are seeing here in the screen, did you ever felt it? The pain that you go through the past events, like if something happened, like if you lost a person from your life, or if you made a mistake, and if that past mistake is driving you currently, the pain, any kind of pain, right? The reason for the pain might be different m- among the different individuals, but the pain itself is the same. It might be different in the intensity of the pain, but the pain itself is the same in each person that is going through. And it is totally personal, right? Like you might have the family members or friends who can support you during that phase of you going through the pain. They can actually have the same pain as you or more pain as you, because they cannot see you going through that phase. But pain is personal. You cannot share the pain with anybody, right? You can't say like, hey, can you please take that 50% of my pain with you, and then you only have 50%, right? That pain is completely personal. And soul itself is complete by itself. Like some people say like soulmate, right? And I have half soul and there is some other half soul out there and I need to find it out. But the soul itself is complete. It did not require another half of it. You are enough, right? You are incomplete. Like everybody has a home we live, right? If somebody comes and knock at your door, right, what is the first thing that you do? You peek into that peek hole and see who it is, right? And if you find the loud ones that came to meet you, you'll just see it, and just you don't even think anything about it. You'll directly open the door and welcome them. At the same time, if somebody else is knocking at the door and some other people knocking at the door, and you peek at the hole and see that that is a person who is knocking at the door, who have hurt you in the past several times, and you know that if you open the door, he or she will definitely um, cause the pain again. They will hurt you again. But that urge in you, right? Let me give a chance. Let me give a chance. Let me give one more chance. And you'll open the door and you'll allow them into the house, right? What will happen if you just open the door and allow them? If you allow the people who have already hurt you several times, you know what will happen. They will obviously hurt you again. And you know it, you will get hurt, but still you allowed them, right? Now, whom to blame? You allowed by yourself. You should have just leave the door locked, and you should you should have stayed in the home. But then you allowed into the home, right? Now, what happened? You allowed, you got hurt, and now you are feeling, oh, why did I even do that? I know I'll get hurt. Now I got hurt, and they are controlling my life, and now I'm miserable. I am in this prison in my own home, right? But what if you allow only the people you love and you care, and the people who will trust you and believe you and respect you for the way you are? Then that will become a festival, right? Every single situation with them will give you the courage and the hope for the better future, because you know that they will trust you and you trust them, and it will give you the hope for the better future, that you can do anything because they trust in you. And all the things are positive here. The same exact way, right? Replace the home with your brain. The brain is your home in your body, and the door itself, again, it's the brain, but it's a conscious brain. You need to be very conscious of what activity is going on there, what thoughts you are allowing into your brain, right? That doesn't happen like if you're not conscious. If you're not focusing on what is happening inside you, anything can happen. Everybody can take place in your brain, right? But that doesn't take you anywhere. Again, if you are not conscious, all the thoughts can populate into your mind, and then even though you wanted to stop it, they can't. Like, your mind cannot be in control of you, right? Your mind is controlling you at that moment, and you wanted to stop it, but it doesn't stop. Many people in life are facing this. They are they are actually living in the past, thinking of the things that they did in the past or that they faced in the past, and being causing depression, or they might be anxious of what will happen in the future, and that causes the anxiety. And whenever you are thinking about these thoughts, right, the mind itself doesn't know the difference of what is actual past and what is present, because you are going through the same exact situation over again. That is present. The chemistry that is happening in your body is exact the same. The chemicals that are released when you are in the stress are present. So you are stressing out your body and mind over and over again, causing it to be depressed. And people die being in this vicious cycle. This is a vicious cycle, right? And they will die even without knowing what they are capable of, because they doesn't come out of that cycle to work for the things that they have to. They doesn't have certain goals, because this this causes depression. We cannot come out of it. It's a serious thing, right? Because we live in the narration of other people, what other people are thinking about me. Oh my God. And that has happened in the past. And how can I change it? I can't, but let me think about it, right? We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. This is absolutely true when you think about the past or in the future. If it is the past, it's already done. You cannot change anything. And the future is not even here, but you're still thinking about it, right? So, is it helpful in any way? Think about it for a moment. How can you come out of this vicious cycle? Because it is controlling your life incomplete. It's high time for us to take the responsibility to break this cycle. But how, right? Some people will choose alcohol as a solution or drug addiction as a solution. But is it a permanent solution? The moment you take that drug into your body, right, the drug will started controlling you, from controlling your brain. You yourself will not control your brain, but your brain is controlled by the addiction of that drug. And again, you are in that cycle of addiction. How do you come out of it? Now you are in control of the addiction of those drugs, right? It's not a solution. But what is the actual solution for this problem? The actual solution For me, when I faced certain things, I acknowledged of what is going on. Acknowledgement is important thing because you have to know what is causing you hurt and why it is causing you hurt. Knowing that, and also knowing that nobody is going to save you, right? It's you, because this is happening within yourself, not outside of you. So the solution is also you. You have to save yourself. And you need to be very conscious. You need to be consciously active of who is knocking your door, who is knocking and trying to enter into your brain. Those filters, you need to filter out the thoughts, what you are entering into your brain. And this happens only when you are conscious each and every moment, when you are awake. When you are in sleep, you are in subconscious mind, but when you are awake, you need to be conscious. And you need to do that until it becomes a subconscious routine, right? And meditation will actually give an extra benefit, because you are sitting in a state where you are looking at the thoughts that are passing through, but you cannot sit in the meditative state for 24/7, right? So you have to be in that conscious mind of what is knocking at your, like if a thought is coming, right? You have to say, hey, 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 hold on, I do not want you here. Just switch that thought, right? It takes a minute, it takes a second of your conscious brain to make that switch. But it is possible, right? It is possible. Eventually you can suppress that negative voice in you, which is saying that something is not possible or you cannot do anything. But when I said, watch out what is knocking the door of your brain, right? What if you can't avoid, you cannot avoid those thoughts? What if those thoughts are connected to the people whom you cannot avoid in your life, like a family member, maybe spouse, children, parent, whoever it is, right? In that moment, consciously disconnect emotionally. Now, when I say disconnect emotionally, I'm not saying hate them, right? I'm not saying again, disconnecting emotionally doesn't mean that to hate people, but to understand that other people actions doesn't define you anymore. Because having hate, that means you are someone is still controlling you. If I have that hate, right? Those thoughts are still in you. But letting go and forgiving the people, that will give the actual freedom. That's what disconnecting emotionally means. It's for yourself, it's for your self care. But you might be thinking, am I being selfish here? Because you are saying like disconnecting emotionally, right? Self care isn't selfish. Think about it for a moment. It's for your self care. And self care journey begins now once you decide that. Here are a couple of tips that I followed. I concentrated more to learn new skills. Like, for example, coming to the SQL family itself has changed my life in many ways. I started learning. I am not an expert at anything SQL. I started learning. I'm trying to learn more each and every day. Actually, crossing the boundary of what you think is possible will will actually um, make you live in the present. Like, let's say, like you came to a point where you think, okay, I'm done now, I cannot do it more. I ran 2 miles, I cannot do it more, I'm not able to do it more. But if you stay in that moment and decide to go one more mile, right? What is happening in that one more mile? You're going beyond the limit, right? In that beyond limit, something known as surviving will kick in that survival moment. You're not thinking about your present, past or future. That survival moment is thinking about present. Right now, at this moment, I am running this 1 mile. I already run 2 miles, and I'm going beyond that limit, third mile. And right now, it's a survival mode. So it will teach you how to live in present. That is the reason why I'm saying like going beyond the limit that you think is um, possible. In that moment, you'll find yourself that you are more than that, right? Going beyond the limit will actually show you who you are as a person. Now it will also give you the ability of not thinking of the past or future, because you are living in present, right? Make enough mistakes, right? We are humans. Make mistakes, but do not forget to learn from it and enjoy the breeze. Breathe the fresh air. Know that there is only one life. There is only one life, right? We can't stay here forever. And if you look from the top view, in the billions and millions of galaxies, the dot that you see there is our Earth. You are here. That's our home, right? Now, when you know, that you are here, you are like nothing even matters, right? Now, think about when you know nothing is matters, it gives you some power, some unbreakable power that our troubles doesn't even matter anymore. One moment of wisdom, once I somehow I read this message somewhere on the internet, and it just clicked me that way. It just clicked that, oh, nothing doesn't matters anymore. So please go through this message, and it has actually changed my life. Thank you so much for giving me this wonderful opportunity. I hope this is helpful. If it is helpful for one person, I would be really happy. I'll be really thankful, and I'll be happy because these are some of the things that has really changed my life. I was very sincere with this presentation. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Deepthi. That was awesome.
Thank you.